Okay, excuse me. All right, YouTube family. Sorry about that. I got cut off. I think I found out why. I think probably I had too much. Didn't have enough storage in my on my phone. Where I usually shoot my videos. I think I had too many videos in there. So what I was talking about before it cut off, and was that so I was saying basically, the stimulus money that they've been sending us, it's good because I know a lot of people need it. Um, but it's like a double-edged sword because the more money that they print, um, the more value the dollars lose, and so um, we're getting all this money or whatever, but the price of goods goes up. So as more money gets printed and more money comes into the system, into the economy, um, there's gonna be too many dollars trying to buy a limited amount of goods, right? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, you know, these dollars that you get, put them to use. Buy things with them because there is gonna come a day when they won't be able to buy anything, or they'll be able to buy very little compared to what you can buy now. So what you're gonna start noticing, in my opinion, is that you're gonna start seeing stimulus packages come out more often. The first one was like in April, I believe, and then yeah, I think it was in April, and then people started getting the next one. People started getting it like in January, I believe. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. um, was in January, so that's like a difference of what, like 9 months maybe. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, 9 months. Um, they're talking about. I think they're talking about putting out another one soon. I'm not sure. Um, Also, before the stimulus package that people got in January, I believe there was one other one. I can't remember exactly when, but it was for the corporations. It was a bailout um for the corporations, for like the airlines, stuff like that. Um, yeah, it was the one. Yeah, I believe, and it was nothing for people didn't get anything on that one. But anyway, you're gonna start seeing the government come out with all these different bailouts and stimulus packages and stuff. So what's going on is, as this keeps going, uh, they're gonna have to do what they call QE, which is, they call it quantitative easing. Um, what it means is money printing. That's what that means. Is they're gonna print money out of thin air, nothing to back it up. Technically, nothing to back it up, which we mean like precious metals like gold. Um, in reality, and technically, the U.S. dollar, the petrodollar, is, you can say, it's backed by oil. But that's it's for another discussion. But and not a lot of countries have stopped using the petrodollar. So that's maybe one term that you might want to look up, is the petrodollar. But um, anyway, guys, they're printing so much money, and I know I've told you all this before, but and a lot of people, they say, there's no way there can be a collapse, or like some kind of a economic collapse where there's no, like something like what happened in Venezuela or in Zimbabwe, where the money, just there was hyperinflation and the money wouldn't buy anything. Um, it can't happen here. But I want y'all to remember, I don't know how it went in some other cities, but Even here in San Antonio, I remember when they first came out with the lockdowns, that there was only going to be essential businesses or whatever. Excuse me. It's been a very long day, guys. Um, I want y'all to keep in mind when this all first started in March, and you would go out in the highways or on a Saturday night and the streets were dead. I don't know if y'all remember that, but just just remember that when all this started, I'm sure a lot of y'all were saying, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe the streets are dead. And I mean, I remember I see videos of downtown San Antonio and other metropolitan areas, and it was dead. No traffic, very little people walking around. I remember going to work in the mornings and coming home, and I mean, there was cars on the expressway and the highway, but I mean, very little. I mean, there was times that I go to work. I mean, it was like if I was going to work on a Sunday morning. I mean, very little traffic, and I just want y'all to keep in mind that that really did happen. If there's ever some kind of an economic collapse here in America, or like say a global economic collapse, that's the way it's gonna look. Only difference is that this time they're gonna be enforcing lockdowns. I mean, it'll probably be martial law, and if you didn't get enough food for your house or put away, you know, you're gonna be at home scared because you don't have no food, you don't have no water, and you're gonna be thinking to yourself, I can't believe that this is happening. This thing with about the economy and possible economic collapse, that's just one of many things that are going on right now. They're using a health crisis to tighten the screws, not just here but all over the world. And I don't want y'all to make the mistake that it can't get worse. That things can't get worse, because what's happening is, little by little, they're taking away all our rights, and they're being really aggressive about it. You should, if you look at the language that they're using, like when they pass these edicts and these mandates, even some employers, when they tell their employees that this new rule is in effect, or in the policy has changed and you got to wear a mask or whatever. It's more aggressive, it's more assertive, it's more, it's more, the politeness is gone. They're not being polite, they're not being they're not being politically correct, they're just, there's a lot of businesses that are like telling their employees they better wear their masks or they better social distance. um the language and the tone is different. It's more aggressive, more assertive. um and it's almost like that's the like they're scolding us, they're telling us what to do. I mean, I don't care what you say, I don't care what people say about, well, there's a health crisis and um people's lives are at risk and blah 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 blah. It's all BS, man. I know there's people getting sick, there's people that have passed away, but they've really gone overboard in dealing with the pandemic. I find it very very weird. I find it very very weird that we got all these cases of COVID, but all of a sudden we don't have no flu cases or very little flu cases. I mean, come on, man. Anyway, my point is, it's irrelevant what you believe or don't believe. And if you're watching this channel, we're pretty much like-minded. So I guess I'm preaching to the choir, but I'm trying to reach people that, you know, maybe they're not getting it yet. But we're living in a very dangerous time, and people are not prepared. I want everybody to be prepared. It doesn't matter the reason, but we're living in a time where the people that run this world, they're at war with us. And it's mainly happening in the countries like the United States, England, the Western European countries, uh, Australia, Canada. You're seeing these very draconian laws being passed, and you know a lot of people are starting to stand up, and people are gonna have to stand up and stick together, because it is a war on humanity, and more importantly, it's a spiritual battle, and it's very evil. It's very they're taking people away and locking them up in quarantine camps. That is happening. I mean, it's happening. There's people that are being forced to stay in the hospitals and get tested. There was a story of a elderly woman in I believe it was Vancouver, Vancouver, Canada, and they wouldn't let her leave the hospital until she got tested, even though she was not even there for that. The lady has cancer, and she ended up having a urinary tract infection. Yet they wanted her to take the test. They wouldn't even let her go. They would not let her leave, and they wouldn't let her family take her home. I don't know about you, man, but I'd be breaking down those doors, and I'd be getting my loved one. I don't give a damn about the rules, but that's your family, and your family comes first. So anyway, I don't want to get all emotional and all that because we do have to be clear-headed, and we have to focus. But people are gonna have to stand up. Those are your family. That's your family members. Those are your loved ones, and you can't let other people just take them from you, or keep you from seeing them. People gotta call them out on their bullshit, because this is all it is. It's bullshit, and people have to wake up and and realize that if you don't stand up now, the longer you go, they're gonna get this system in place even more and more, and we'll never be able to get out. And who's gonna suffer? Our kids and our grandkids. Just remember that. So y'all wake up, man. Wake other people up. Let them know what's going on. It's gonna come a point where it gets so bad that people are they're gonna realize too late. And a lot of times, I mean, it's like you're talking to a wall. But there's gonna come a point pretty soon where people are gonna see, they're gonna realize too late that there was people like myself and others, people like y'all. I know y'all try to spread the truth. A lot of these people are gonna realize too late, and by then, just be too late for them, and then they're gonna be forced to do something dramatic, and that's what the system wants. These people are just people like you and I. So anyway, guys, try to wake up others. I know some of y'all, somebody woke you up, or you saw something that woke you up, and we need to do that. We need to spread the word. We need to let other people know that they're not alone, and we need to stick together. So anyway, guys, Y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. Y'all have a blessed evening, okay? All right, bye.